currently there's been a big push towards this thing called translational science, right? It's a science that will translate directly to a treatment or a procedure that will help a patient in some medical setting. Okay? That's really, really important. But I think what we mustn't forget is that all that is possible because there's a huge body of basic science knowledge, okay? And we can't have one without the other. It'd be like asking Henry Ford back in the day, you know, we've seen you've got this Model T. Enough of this discovering how cars might be put together. Why don't you come out and make a Rolls Royce for us? We'll give you 5 years, right? Back then, they barely knew how fuel burnt in the cylinder of an engine. And they would have been asked to produce a Rolls Royce. It's impossible. We need to go back and understand just how the basic stuff in nature is put together. And we barely understand that at all, right? So we need a big investment in basic science, where people just study basic mechanisms. How do cells talk to each other? How does DNA control what a cell does? All these kind of things. Just figure that out. And then, as we study that, we will come up with cures and treatments for diseases. But I think it's lopsided to insist that all the research be focused towards the disease, because in some ways that's kind of hubris. It's assuming that we already know so much about nature that we can now switch from being scientists to being engineers. And we're not ready for that. We won't be ready for that for a few hundred years.